Good afternoon, everyone. So, we would like to start today's session, which is on phishing. Now, we call phishing as the best tool to get into an organization. So, I would like to show how we can get into an organization, we can get an access to anyone's system using phishing. My colleague in the same organization I am working received a mail someday from income tax department. It looked like it's coming from income tax department. Okay, and that particular email was basically this email. The content you can see, this was the exact content which he got received from one of the hackers. There was a file here which said income tax cal.docm. So he thought that this file must be having the income tax details I have paid and on what basis income tax department is calculating my refund. Alright, I would just like to show something here before I proceed further. So you can see my screen, right? My screen only has few folders and it has one file. Let me delete this file. Okay, I'm deleting this file. I'll close few more files. Okay, so yeah, I don't have any more files here. I only have few folders, as you all can see. Okay, now I'll go back to the email that I received or my colleague received. Okay, and I'll click on the file given. It looks like it's a Microsoft Word file. When I clicked on Microsoft Word, pop-up opens and asks me to enable macros. So with so many files, we need to enable macros wherever there is some calculation. So I think that, okay, income tax calculator, so it must be having some calculations, and hence I enable macros. Once I do that, there is a message: congratulations, Marcos must be enabled to get this offer. It can be anything. Right now we have created this file with this line, but it can be anything. There can be actual income tax calculation here which is given. You will just see and you will close it off. But once you clicked it, now I am going to show how it can affect my system or the laptop system operating systems that you are working with. See here, what is it? There are so many files created on my desktop. How this happened? Definitely this happened because someone got an access to create these blank files on my system. As and when I click these files, there is nothing. I am junk file, right? It's a junk file, but it definitely is taking a lot of space on my system. And if just by clicking a Word file, a document file, someone is getting access to create files on my desktop, definitely he can get access to do whatever he wants on my system, right? Yes. So this was one example that I wanted to show before we begin what we are supposed to understand here. Now I hope you all understand how phishing is the best tool to get into an organization. Any questions on this demonstration? I'll unmute all of you so that you can ask questions as and when you want. Yeah, so I have unmuted everybody. If anyone wants to ask any question. Okay, so I suppose no one wants to ask question. I'll mute everybody again. And if someone wants, they can raise their hand. I'll be able to see and then I will take their questions. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's move forward. Now we have understood how phishing is used to get into an organization or to get into your system. So basically, what's phishing? Phishing is the process of acquiring some information, very crucial and critical information. It can be a username, it can be a password, it can be any credit card information, any kind of financial information, by masquerading as a trustworthy entity. Now, just the demonstration we saw, who was the trustworthy entity? It was Income Tax Department of India, right? Okay. These emails can claim that they are coming from a very popular social website. It can claim to come from your IT department wherever you work. It can claim to come from some level of authority on whose directions you will be able or you will be forced to take action, right? So that they can lure you to click a link or to download a file or to do whatever they want you to do. Got it? Okay. Now let's move across and understand what are the different types of phishing. Okay. So in 1990s, we used to see some algorithm based phishing. Okay. This algorithm based phishing was nothing but there were some algorithms to generate random credit card numbers in order to get original from your account. And once these used to match, generate some. All right. And once these credit card numbers used to match, what you the fishers access these kinds of data to manipulate it. Okay. Then came across the email phishing, which we just saw. That was in year 2000s. So email phishing basically was supposed to send emails to the people by which they will be able to click the links and either or to download the files. Then came domain spoofing. So what they used to do is they used to create similar domains or lookalike domains as per the actual domains of some trustworthy websites and then used to send emails from there. Okay. Phishing via HTTPS. Yes, again, this is a very new type of attack which is happening very frequently nowadays. And here scammers are devising new types of phishing for launching attacks. If you read this line, phishing attacks, like the one that may have been behind the recent Twitter AP hacks, will persist because they work. This has been said by Kevin Casey from Information Week. So you understand that phishing is very prevalent even nowadays, and hence this is happening. Okay, now we'll move across to categories of phishing. But before we move across to categories of phishing, I would like to show few more, few more examples. Okay, so let us see this one example. This email is coming from avalor.hr@gmail.com and it's being sent to Mr. Bruce from Avalor Cloud. Okay, now he might be thinking that since avalor.hr is given, it's coming from the HR of his own company, which is Avalor. Okay, it's written, "Dear Bruce, an information document has been sent to you by the Human Resources Department. Click here to log in to view the document." Now what will happen? You need to understand, as soon as you click on this login link, you'll basically be redirected to a phishing page or a page which looks similar to the login page of their organization. As soon as he enters his credentials, username and password, he'll be taken to the right page. That can be considered as a landing page. But in the back end, the same information will be sent to the attacker as well, whoever has created that phishing page. Okay, so this is another way where people steal information, your personal information and your credential, to harm you. Now let us understand the categories of phishing. So the first category that we will be talking about here is phishing. Phishing refers to phishing done over phone calls. So anything where we use voice to do phishing is known as phishing. It can be done via a normal phone call or it can be done over a voice over IP. So both the ways, basically if you are using voice, it will be categorized as phishing. There is another way called smishing. Smishing is basically using SMS as a tool to phish someone. It may receive a fake message or a fake order detail with some cancellation link, so that as soon as you get the order detail, you see, oh my god, I have not ordered this. Once I receive this, who will be paying for this? And hence you go ahead and cancel it. This is the call to action part, where if you go and cancel it, you'll be clicking on the link and hence you will be subject to phishing. Okay. The third is search engine phishing. So here what basically happens is few people give ads to search engines like Google, Bing, Yahoo, so that as soon as you search for something which you need, you will get a fake web page on the as the very first link, since he has paid paid for an ad about the similar product which you want to search. As soon as you feel like, okay, Google is giving this, so this must be authentic. You go ahead, place your order, and ultimately what you get is your order details, your ID, your credit card information, everything is now given to the attacker who created that fake web page. Got it? Any questions regarding this? I'm open to listen to any question. Okay, so I hope there are no questions here. We'll move ahead. Okay, the next is spear phishing. Spear phishing. So unlike traditional phishing, where we need to send emails to unknown users and to so many people, spear phishing is a targeted campaign. So basically I know whom I am sending this email to, and I also know what exactly is the requirement. So whatever we need from an individual, or whatever we need from someone from the organization, from one organization, we send emails, we send phishing mails to get exactly that kind of information. Now again, there is another category called whaling. Whaling is basically targeted to all the high-end people. High-end people, I mean to say, all the either the directors, the C-suite people, or people at a very high position. If we attack them, if we do a targeted attack for them, that is known as whaling. Now there are different types of phishing attacks as well. So before moving to different types of phishing attacks, we'll again go and see some examples. Okay, now just let's go through this. So this is basically, the subject is CityMail email verification, and it's asking its member, this email was sent by the Citibank server to verify your email address. You must complete this process by clicking on the link below and entering in the small window your Citibank number and PIN that you use on ATM. This is done for your protection because some of our members no longer have access to their email address and we must verify it. So basically what a user will think is, this mail has come from Citibank and Citibank wants to verify if this is the email address that I generally use. So to verify this, definitely they need some personal information. I'll go ahead. This link again looks like it will take me to Citibank, but if you clearly look, my friends, it's basically http://www.citibank.com. How many of you could notice that there is an extra I in city? That is the catch. These are the ways by which these attackers create such kinds of fake domains, and there they attack you. Alright? Okay, so let's go back again and understand what are the types of phishing attacks. So email spoofing is one phishing attack where what happens is people impersonate other people. So there are so many fake emailers and email spoofers available over the internet. So what they do is they basically try to become someone else and send mail. So let's say my name is Sunny and I will be sending mail from my chairman's account asking another colleague of mine to share some personal information. It may be done in some way which forces him to do, and hence he will be forced to share his personal information which I might use for my ulterior purpose. Okay, that's one type. So here if you see the email that we discussed, basically this guy impersonates as the HR of Avalor company to share some personal information.